This is my notes. And I'll let you guys pick what you want to talk about. I'm going to give you 5 notes that I took in the first half because then I stopped taking notes and just started checking my prize picks relentlessly. McAdoo's sweat towel is legit. Have you ever seen a offensive coordinator who is in an air-conditioned booth wearing a full-size towel as his sweat towel? He is so fat right now. McAdoo. Gino regresses to the mean. I've been trying to tell y'all, like, count on this, is that not trying to take away what Gino has done this season, but you can't be Patrick Mahomes, but so long, right? He regressed a little to the mean, 2 turnovers in the beginning. Why is JC Horn not on DK Metcalf?
It drives me furious.
Let's talk about that. Yeah. And the other was Brandon Smith, bro.
Running around. Dude, Brandon Smith needs to be on the field all defensive snaps. And it drives me insane when he isn't, because every time we see him, Brandon Smith is flying around. But no, to your point about JC Horn.
Yeah, let's talk about this. He was killing everybody, bro. Yes. He was killing Metcalf had nothing. Lockett was screwing us. Lockett was killing us today.
But that's because they knew that JC Horn wasn't going to travel.
And you got to give CJ Henderson a little credit.
Oh, dude, you know what I'm saying? How about this? You have to give not only CJ Henderson credit, or well, Greg might have to, but we need to put some respect on Chuba Hubbard's name, who has taken a lot of slander.
Just one game. He had
and
one
guess
game,
what,
bro.
Tony Dunn? That's right. My boy Shi Smith got a touchdown, baby.
Oh, my God.
What's up?
Oh, my God.
Put Demir Bird on every day that ends with a Y. Demir Bird can suck it. Shi Smith, baby, let's go.
Sure. Cody, I'll be honest with you. You were winning most of these fights until you started to talk about Chuba Hubbard and Shi Smith. Both of those guys had one game, and Shi Smith had one catch. And that was it.
And Shi Smith, baby.
And doesn't Shi Smith
Chuba Hubbard had a game against
78-year-old man in his helmet? Like Shi Smith, when I looked at him, I was like, why is that old man on the field? And I was like, oh, that's Shi Smith. He got the anyway. I don't want to hear about the Chuba's mess.
Well, Cody, if Cody can take away Chuba, like take away Baker Mayfield's stats against the Bengals because they were playing against second stringers, then I can take away Chuba's stats in this game because he played against the worst.
I won't say that, but
I don't want to take that away from him. I don't want to take that away from him. It is the same thing.
Game. They were 7-5. No, they weren't.
Chuba had a good game today.
Yes,
Chuba had a good game today, and I don't want to take that away from him.
I'm not trying to shit, but like, let's not act like one moment negate
that's exactly
the bad moments. That's what I'm just trying to say.
Shi Smith is a rookie, isn't he? Or like,
but I still want to go back to this JC Horn joint. Why? And I can understand that in the gameplay that your defense warrants times where you're just calling different defenses for different situational things to where you're not going to put your best corner on their number one receiver. But it's on the goal line. It's third down. I think it was third down. It just looked too easy. DK just ran straight and they threw it to him. Like he had been shutting it down. I just did not understand. Like, it was like, oh, he's our outside corner, so we got to put him on the outside. This is the one thing I just don't get. I feel like if you are a team that believes in your defense, I understand scheme, but when you have sensational players, you should play to their traits and to things. I just didn't get it. Just didn't get it. Okay. Man, I silenced y'all bitches.
Yeah. I mean, listen, I think
whenever I'm doing shit, y'all find a reason to go quiet.
Right. I'm doing the same thing. Yeah.
At the end of the day, and here's the part is that I'll agree with Tony, is like this was a pretty complete. If anything, here's the thing that I would argue against. I think the biggest liability today was our defense.
Yeah.
And that's saying a lot, right? That's saying how good they were, right? But you got to keep in mind, Tony, they scored basically 20 unanswered or 17 unanswered points.
Yeah, I mean, like it got a little soft at that one.
And that was
coming
right
out
before
of the half. Coming out of the half.
No, right before the half. They caught up quick in the second quarter. Like we scored like 17 points after, basically with the drive that went into the second quarter, unanswered. We were up 17-0. And
then all of a sudden they're back in the game. It's a one score, and you're thinking these guys are about to take the lead.
Yeah, that's what the fear was, because they got the ball coming out of halftime.
Not enough pass rush. Not enough pass rush.
That was the biggest concern, was the pass rush. If it wasn't for those 2 interceptions, this would not have been a win. I mean, and we got to play the game that was in front of us. The thing about those interceptions is those first 2 is they were created because of some pressure that was in his face.
Right. But we weren't just getting like relentlessly after them. I saw this, CK, and I think Panther Pickle is the one that tweeted it out, that Charles Cross had Brian Burns' number.
Yeah,
and you just don't want to hear that. You know, you just don't want to hear that. Like, is that anyway? No, I agree.
Well, hey, talking about your 5 questions here, I do want to bring up a point you were mentioning a minute ago about McAdoo and the sweat towels, because that was something I brought up while we were watching the game in the cave, and I was like, why the hell does this guy have to be in an air conditioned unit and have towels around him like he's sweating like crazy?
Have you been fat? I have been fat. I have been. I'm telling you, I used to
just sweat for no reason.
When you were, you are. So there used to be a guy who did a show for the Panthers. God, what was his name? He did one of the after post game shows, like Panther Talk by the Carolina Panthers themselves. And he said this one time. He said, "It's fall. It's when fat people come alive." And I was like, I get you, bro. I get you. I mean, because there's like, yes, like you are sweating. When you're overweight, you sweat when you like aren't doing anything. And McAdoo is hefty right now.
But also, like my man JD says, man, let's give him some credit. Some people just sweat a lot. And look, this man has been having to listen to people slander him for the better part of a year, saying that his play calling is terrible.
Do you think it was bad today?
How about this? No, you know what? I mean, there were some points where it's like, okay, maybe you want to be a little more aggressive. But look, Ben McAdoo has tailored this offense to where even Sam Darnold can't fuck it up. It's simple. It's to the point. We're running the football. And if you notice, when we do ask Sam to pass, there's a lot of bootlegs. We're rolling him outside of the pocket. He is very healthy now. He's running around, and he's in a position to use his legs. Ben McAdoo or Joe Brady or whoever it was never going to look good as an offensive coordinator until we had a competent quarterback running the system. And that's why I am proud of Sam Darnold, because he's proving to be competent.
He threw 120 yards. Much. Now you're gushing too much.
I'm not gushing. I agree with you on this. Just enough.
I am not going to talk junk about McAdoo other than the towel. But I think this is that it's clear is you wonder this. We've asked one question was Matt Rule holding this team back? Right. And all we could say at the end of the day is that Ben McAdoo has had more success when he was not with Matt Rule and not with Baker Mayfield. He's won games with PJ.
He's
won games with Sam Darnold. I don't care. Like, I mean, at the end of I know that people want to look at that game with the Rams' fourth quarter comeback and be like, oh, was it Ben Baker or Ben Mac? No. Ben McAdoo has been more successful without Matt Rule and without Baker Mayfield.
Oh,
give him anybody. Sam Issa, Jacob Issa, whatever the dude's name is.
How about this? Sam Darnold started last year 3-0. This year,
he's 2-0 right now.
2-0, baby. Dude, look, I'm telling you, with this team may not be where we want it to be just yet in terms of offensive efficiency, especially passing the football. But I'm telling you, this is a team that is now on the right track. All of our defensive linemen, save for Bradley Bozeman, are under contract for next year. We have the running backs. We got to figure out Dante Foreman's contract. But, dude, this team is built to add a few pieces, and we're ready to be launched into the stratosphere, man. I'm telling you.
Shame them, Cody.
And, yeah, look, man, listen. So, actually, real quick, a few orders of business, just so that way we don't miss these incredible donations we get from these fantastic Panther fans. David R. with the $4.99 says, Wilkes is our head coach. The Panthers can win this division. We need all of our fans at Bank of America for the Lions game. keep pounding. David R with the $4.99 comes back with another $1.99. Says Matt Rule 100% was holding this team back. David, it is undisputed. And you know what else is undisputed? We are going to finish this day the right way. The Panthers went on the road and got their first road victory since November of last year, baby. We are celebrating our victory. So in order to celebrate the right way, oh yeah, baby, we about to shame almost 300 of you beautiful Panther fans. Big Papa, talk to 'em.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, it is official. The Carolina Panthers are contenders. They are going to be in control of their destiny from here on out. They win out, they win the NFC South, and they are in the playoffs. A schedule that looks pretty easy. But you guys have come here to celebrate the win against the Seattle Seahawks. Many thought was not a possibility. Many thought they were a juggernaut that was to be reckoned with. The Carolina Panthers came in, ran the rock down their throat. And you've come to celebrate with the C3 Panthers Podcast to talk about what you saw, to give game balls, to put some hate on maybe the opposing teams that we're going to be facing down the stretch. But you haven't hit that like button yet? Well, I have one thing to say to all you freaks. Subscriber shame.
$293 viewers watching the C3 post-game show. 113 likes. Hit that like, hit that subscribe, hit that notification bell so we can whoop the ass of the YouTube algorithm, just like the Carolina Panthers beat up on these pathetic Seattle Seahawks today. We're rolling. We got momentum in this division. Tony Dunn, you want to jump into some cat calls, or you got something else you want? Hey, let's do it, man. And let's listen to what these fantastic